Hello and welcome to Black Metal and Brews, a program in which I degrade myself on the internet for no actual purpose at all. Because let's be real, there's no real validation I gain from this, nor is there anything good that comes to this. That's why we're here. We're here because life is misery and we must waste this time that we've been given somehow. When we're done with this, it'll surely be at least an hour and a half closer to my inevitable death, end of existence. Thank fucking goodness. Tonight I've got a ton of mail to open. And what's up, Olaf? It's good to see you. Glad to have you here. I've got a bunch of mail, a few tapes, and a nice big beer to open. So, we can be distracted enough to think that this is joy. It should be lovely. Okay. So let's see. I don't really have any metal tapes for you tonight, Olaf, because I've noticed that the sound quality doesn't go so well with those. I'm working on getting that fixed, but I noticed that for stuff that kind of clips in and out more with my audio, I figure something that is kind of more background music by nature of what it is better for now. So tonight we are going to open and drink Suarez family's Proclivity, a pineapple sage country beer. Brewed and bottled in Livingston, New York, in June of last year. To be fair, I'm not sure if it's going to be that great because it's old, and I think the beer is meant to be at fresh. Dude, I'm so fucking ready for Paddington 3. You have no idea. I love Paddington. Like, I love Paddington, and I love. I mean, that's the thing. Obviously, I'm very interested in a lot of really kind of dark, weird art. But, I like things that are sweet and cute and good. It reminds me that not everything is fucking horrible. And I also think that, especially for kids, everybody starts as a child. I think that having something like Paddington is really, really fucking important for young people. Just like Mr. Rogers is important. I'm really excited and I'm really happy about that. So let's roll on in, see how this looks. I had a bottle of this beer over the summer, if I recall, but I don't really remember much of the summer because time is what it is. Ooh, that is beautiful. It's a little lighter in color than it looks to you, or maybe it's darker in color than it looks to me because I have a computer screen lighting it up. Hard to say. Yeah. Oh, those are beautiful bubbles. I wish you could see them a little better. And goodness, yeah, Paddington 2 was grim, man. They imprisoned the fucking guy, all because I don't even remember why. I need to see it again. Yeah, what a dark path for our boy to go down, And then they also almost they tried to drown him in a train wreck and shit. Oh, Paddington. He suffered. I mean, the whole movie starts with him almost falling off a bridge. They want Paddington to suffer, but he is good in the face of adversity, and that's why I relate to Paddington. I still strive to be. I don't succeed, but I strive to be good. I strive to be kind. In a world that I think is fundamentally cruel. Okay, that beer is delicious. Delicious. Okay, so. Tonight's first cassette is Bodystocking with Sheer Spider Touch. Bodystocking is one of many, many, many projects of Damien Master of A Pregnant Light, Axomite, Purple Light, The Station of Life. Recently, he's got a band called Ammonia. He's in a million fucking bands. I love him. So this is a very old tape. I don't know why I'm coughing all of a sudden now that I'm doing this. I had nothing wrong with my throat and voice all day. And then it's time to do this. And suddenly, I've got a scratchy throat. So, I really, really like this tape. I probably had this tape for 7 years now, 8 years. 8 years. It's 2021, not 2020. So, you know, I think we'll listen to it together. Gonna move this out of the way, but my friends Becky and Michael have a cool store called Mystery School Comics. You should buy their shit. Look at this. I mean, this was released by Strange Rules in the UK. Really cool art. It's kind of probably harder for you to tell that this is like a pink-ish layout because I see the brightness of the screen is illuminating it. Maybe when it's closer to me, yeah, you can kind of see like next to my very pale white skin, it's a little pinkish. Really, really great tape. It's called From Ritual to Science. Or no, it's called Sheer Spider Touch. From Ritual to Science is like a subtitle of it. Yeah. Yeah, Sheer Spider Touch by Bodystocking. All right. So, got lots of mail. We're gonna open some mail while I drink beer because it's something to do. Just like Depeche Mode sang, it's something to do. This one, I don't know what it is. I don't even know what fucking state it's from because I'm bad at my state abbreviations. It's from the United States, though. I'm sure when I open it, I'll be like, oh yeah, it's that. But, you know, I'm fucking clueless. There's nothing in my brain. Yeah, and I instantly, I see what it is. I know what it is. Appropriate, given that I've got like my like Marsh Stepper shirt. If you do not know Marsh Stepper, check out Marsh Stepper. Completely coincidental, but this is one of my favorite shirts. I've had this shirt also for like 8 years, and I will never fucking get rid of it no matter what, even if it wears through. This is my order from Phage Tapes that I placed a while ago, and it's their most recent batch. Now, I don't remember what each of these is, because I listened briefly to sample, and then I was like, okay, cool, I'm going to want to have the tapes. I'm going to want to experience them. I know what Choke Chain is, because it's kind of harsh industrial music. Really fucking cool. I'm really, really excited by this. One of the two here I know is one of the two others is like a harsh noise wall tape, I feel like, and maybe the other one is dark ambient. I don't recall. But anyway, Choke Chain, Endless Death. I've heard a couple samples from it on Instagram that the label posted, and I was just instantly very intrigued. You know, if you are unfortunate enough to follow me on Twitter, you notice that I've been obsessed with Suffering the last few months. And literally, the first thing this thing says, look at that, and I didn't know that, but this is suffering. This suffering, it is unending, mind-destroying. Do you accept it? Well, it looks like I have, because the tape is in my possession. So, yeah, unending suffering. Maybe we'll play this tonight. Who knows? You know, the tapes I've got behind me are pretty short cassettes, so we'll see. Yeah, I heard a sample of one of the tracks on this, and I was just very instantly intrigued. Kind of, you know, harsh body music, so to speak. Set you behind me just in case. This one is called No One Deserves an Empty Life by Exome. Exome? I don't know. What the hell? Like, what the fuck is language? Well, what has happened to this person? That doesn't look like an empty life. It looks like there's things in them. What was that picture? The picture in that tape? I think it was a pile of bodies. Probably a pile of bodies. The tape's called Endless Death. Could be fun. You know, at least they did not die alone. Most people don't get to say that. Maybe they did die alone and then they got put together after they died. I don't know. I don't know how that works. God, yeah. Yeah. No one deserves an empty life. I like how this one's talking about like the kind of life you deserve, and the other one's talking about death. Pretty cool. A very strict, simple design here on this one. I like these song titles though. Simple, but like spit, mechanical seed, like that doesn't sound like uplifting music. And I'm pretty sure it was like a pile of bodies. Yeah, look at this. Like, this dude's got some stuff going through him. He's going through it, or it's going through him. Don't know. Them. That is not a gendered body. Forgive me. That is just a body. Set that aside. Maybe I'll listen to that tonight too. Who knows? This one just looks filthy. Like what the fuck? I'm not even gonna like hold that up to the screen too long because I don't want to like get in trouble. Does YouTube punish me if I don't know, gore? This one's called Implantable Technology. And it looks like the album is called Imperio. I'm just gonna yeah. It looks gross. I bet it fucking rips. I love noise tapes. I love them a little too much, to be fair. Because I have so many shitty noise tapes that don't sound at all distinct from one another. I still like them all, which is also the problem, because then it's like, I end up with too many tapes. I cannot possibly listen to all of them. I get rid of some, but like, how do I pick which ones I get rid of? I remember what they are when I look at them. I'm like, oh yeah, you're the one with like that cold, screechy sound. It serves me no fucking purpose. It doesn't help, but I love them. I love noise tapes. I love black metal tapes. I love new wave tapes. I love tapes. I love hip hop tapes. There's a record store on the corner from me. Today on their Instagram, they posted a copy of J Dilla Donuts on cassette. I wanted so badly to walk over. I mean, it's literally a 5-minute walk from me to go to this store. And I didn't, because I don't need a copy of J Dilla Donuts on tape, but I need a copy of J Dilla Donuts on tape. If you're rich and want to buy me one, I'm sure we can make an arrangement. Hell yeah. That's also the thing. Shitty noise tapes are meant to be played through either like the most pristine like audiophile thing, or it's meant to sound like shit. My boombox only has one functional speaker, and it's probably older than most of you. I mean, I only got it in 2016, but the boombox itself is old. As these things go. Pliable. Okay, and then oh yeah, this is gonna be cool. And this is also a reminder that the boombox might be more than 20 years old. Yeah, so I think that you are probably my youngest viewer, Olaf, which I really appreciate. I'm so glad you're here. It's truly every time. It's an honor and a joy. Tell me about your vinyl. What record did you get today, bud? I'd like to know. So this package came from somebody who, if you're watching, hi friend, I haven't forgotten you. I owe an email to. It's somebody who I'll just be transparent. Somebody who I want to interview on this channel. Because I don't understand the purpose in secrecy or in building hype either way. So this, whenever I get it open properly, he did a good job sealing it. Thank you. This is somebody who I'd like to talk to, who I'd like to interview, whose brain I'd like to pick, who's an interesting artist in more ways than just, music. He's a visual artist too. Times like this are when I wish I had scissors in here, but fuck it, right? Yeah, look at that. Speaking of visual artists, okay. Look at that. Look at that. Nosco of the Void. That's going on the jacket. That's so cool. Oh, yeah. Look at this. So I got a Nosco the Void tape from Chuck BB. Look at that. He drew all over the thing holding the tape. This is my favorite. Look at that guy. That guy rules. Is that Satan himself or just one of his minions? I feel like the image of Satan himself would probably be too powerful to be captured on video. And hey, look, I'm not here to throw you under the bus. Satanic Warmaster has picked fights with friends of mine on the internet. You know, I mean, in the scheme of things, that's pretty small and silly. We're not going to talk about my dislike of him. I'm happy that you got a record that you enjoy, and it sounds like you got discogged a bit, but not terribly. Like I know shit like that can go for a lot more money than any of us would want to pay. So I'm glad you were able to afford it. All right. We'll flip to the B side. Again, we are listening to Sheer Spider Touch by Bodystocking. Damien, who makes this music, I love him dearly. I do not believe that he ever watches YouTube because he is smarter than all of us. But his art has been guiding me in joyous ways for years and years and years. Oh, even better. So you supported a business you like. That's why you didn't get discogged, I guess. Okay. This package is so hard to open. I'm trying so hard not to damage it because I really, really like the art on it. So bear with me, guys. I just want to show you the Nosco the Void tape. I haven't even seen it yet, obviously, because I just opened the package. This has to be so fun to watch me struggling to open things. This is, it's no wonder that I have so many followers on the internet. Really, what? These cardboard things are always a challenge too, and I'm not sure why. They have, they're so simple in design. Oh, because this one flares out. Okay, that's practical though. Nosco the Void. So Nosco the Void is not explicitly about, but is loosely themed around the video game Hollow Knight, which is, if you know me at all, one of my favorite video games ever made. I bought it off Steam in 2019, so not long ago, when I fell ill and I had nothing to do but sit at home and play video games because I was bedridden for a while. And I need to thank a bunch of my friends from Twitter who gave me a Steam gift card for like $200 or some shit to help me buy that. Hassan, Sebi, Megan, Kelsey. There's more of you. I love you all. My brain is shit. We had a lovely group chat going on around the time that we outed a certain creep in the heavy metal scene. And when I fell ill, the people who were part of that group chat came together to do that great kindness and, give me some video games to entertain myself while I was ill. And I fell in love with Hollow Knight. And then a couple years later, I get an email from an artist who's made Hollow Knight-ish black metal. I love it. It's so fun. So I'm going to try and schedule a talk with the guy who did this on here so that we can talk about a lot of things, not just video games. He's a great visual artist. You've probably seen his work in Decibel. He rules. I'm not getting paid to say any of this. I did not get that tape for free. I didn't even think to ask for the tape for free, to be fair. I know some people still think there's a value in sending people like me free shit. There isn't. Don't do it. I guess, it's your life to ruin. Nothing actually matters at all, ever. Let's see. I got a few more packages here. Oh boy. These are all things that came from people I like. I I don't know. I actually don't know. I have a record that I'm going to say for last. I don't know who sent that. These two came from the same label because the person who I like, who runs it, decided to announce 2 tapes within like a week of each other. Yeah, just drop them at once next time. Save yourself on shipping. I feel bad that you had to do that. Save me on shipping. You know, and also let's all be friends. These literally came in the mail the same day. That's probably USPS's fault. I can tell they were not shipped at the same time, but you know how it goes. Also, this label is in Texas. We haven't talked directly to one another in a while. I hope that you're doing okay. I'm going to have to reach out to you soon because I'm sure that you are not watching this for a lot of reasons. I mean, not like a hate thing, but, you know, I fucking hope you're okay. Shit's weird in Texas right now. It's dark. Why? Like, why? They're doing you guys dirty. The weather and the government. Anybody else having a nice drink tonight? I know some of you are probably on the left coast and it's a little too early to drink, except for the fact that you're in quarantine. You can drink at noon if you want. You can drink at 9 in the morning if you want. I drank at 9 in the morning on the day of Howard's funeral. We're doing shots of tequila in the parking lot, just like he would have wanted. He would have done them with me. So I did shots of tequila, and I don't like that I'm skilled at delivering eulogies, but apparently I'm really good at. I'm a good funeral speaker. So if you're my friend and you die, you know, I'll do right by you. Promise. Okay. So both of these packages came from Night Rhythms in Texas. Really, really cool label. Who I'm really fond of. They have been working. First off, Night Rhythms. Look at that! I love that. That is a great sticker. I'm gonna put it on my body. Old Nick. I don't need to tell you what Old Nick is. Maybe I do, but it's Old Nick. That's the name of the tape. Fuck if I know. What I like about Old Nick is the absurdity of Old Nick and how well it still manages to be truly enjoyable, dedicated black metal, while also exaggerating every ridiculous trope of the genre. It's great. Oh, love, I understand that. You're up awfully late anyway. I hope that you're having a nice night. I'm glad you're here. I hope your assignment goes well. So I got an Old Nick tape. It's got such a long title that they had to abbreviate it, and even the abbreviation is too many letters for me to say out loud. If you look it up on Bandcamp or whatever, you'll figure it out. It's good. It's a great one, honestly. And then on a different day, the label released 2 different tapes by Black Candle Wax, a band I'd never even heard of before. But the sample they had was so good, so phenomenal that I knew that these were not like a want, they were a need. I haven't even listened to anything from Blood Bat Mystic, but look at that. There's one person who I think is watching who especially knows they need this. That is some yeehaw-looking black metal to me. And so is this one, the Cinderlands. This is the one I heard parts of. This is like, I don't know. It's simultaneously traditional and breaking the mold. There's a little bit of a synth element. It's a noticeable one, but it's not detracting. It's not like industrial black metal. But then there's also like some acoustic shit. It has that haunting intensity of the Lawless West. I don't even know what the fuck that means, but Mud Dolmen, hell yeah, all about it. There's a train. Dust Phantom. This is like one of those tag yourself things. I'm a Dust Phantom for sure. Warrior's Horse. Yeah. Anyway, Black Candle Wax. Really cool. This one's on Bandcamp. I do not believe that Bloodbat Mystic's on Bandcamp. I think it's on YouTube, though. And Olav, it's an honor that my streams are actually that entertaining to you. I'm glad you're here, man. Like, truly. One day, in a different world, maybe we'll all have a drink, huh? Yeah, oh, and the track titles on this one, too, are really cool. Desert Night Bloodletting. Laid in Mud. Again, it's like a tag yourself situation. I'm definitely the ex-priest. Madeline, I know, the cassette's sold out. They went fast, I think. This label's local-ish to you, too. I'm so glad you're here. I've missed you. We do have a lot of catching up to do. If I think most of you who are watching are probably versed in the lore of these streams, but Madeline is a fellow cryptid that haunts this YouTube channel at times, and I love her more than I love most of you. Maybe all of you, depending on which yous are watching. Olav, when you come to Brooklyn in 2022, we'll have so much fun. Well, I mean, maybe I don't know what's fun to you. But I'll have fun. So, yeah. Ooh. I'm getting the hiccups before I've even got a buzz. Jesus, fuck, man. So that was, again, that tape was Sheer Spider Touch by Bodystocking. Long sold out. It was released like 2012, 2011 by Strange Rules. We're going to keep the flow up, and Damien, who made that tape, has a label called Colloquial Sound Recordings, which has an imprint, like a little sub-label, called Locust Leg. He released this tape by Wounded Knee, which is called Queen Nacht. Don't know how to pronounce it. I don't speak fucking German. Is a project related to Bloom Offering, which is my friend Nicole. I came to know her because of this, because of Damien putting this out. And she and I happen to live in the same city for a little while, and she's a wonderful person, a wonderful artist, and she's fucking slept on and shouldn't be. Look up Bloom Offering, look up Wounded Knee, buy her shit because it's good. She also is a really good visual artist, and she's nice. Well, I mean, she's nice if you're her friend. She's not just going to be nice to you for no reason. You know what I'm saying. I feel like I have to give that caveat with people who aren't men, because I don't want dudes to just be like expecting people to be nice to them. But I don't know. Anyway, fuck it. I'm digging my own grave here. Yeah, this tape rules. This song is called Mutual Pleasure, and the other one's called Attitude Adjustment. I think I need more of the latter, to be fair. And in keeping with themes, so that last tape was released by Strange Rules, and I've got a package here from Strange Rules. This thing is well sealed. It may take me a moment, but we're going to open it, I promise you. Like, I feel like some sort of a, demon cracking things open to eat their insides. Madeline, you having a nice drink tonight? Trying to get all my Texans, checked in on. How do I open you? This doesn't make sense. It will never be opened. The tapes will live forever just out of reach. Okay. There we go. I'm just... Fuck it. We're tearing the thing open. It's not meant to open like this. I don't care. It's a box. I'm not reusing the thing. And it's interesting. One of my Twitter friends reached out to me 2 days ago to tell me about one of these tapes that I already have on Bandcamp, and was telling me how much it meant to her, how excited she was, and how it inspired her as a writer and a poet. So, given that gentle shout out, this is Kagami Smile. Tape is called And Backwards. Fantastic sort of ambient music. It is just. I'm bad at it's weird. The more I understand about music, the more I listen to, the less I know how to describe these things. And Olav, I'm not forgetting to drink. I just know that yeah, I guess I am forgetting to drink. Ooh, look at these cremation lily stickers. This Kagami Smile tape is great. I think there's 3 or 4 left in the store when I checked it a couple days ago. Maybe you'd like it. If not, if there aren't tapes, there's still downloads in Bandcamp. Does Mars Stepper still exist? I don't think they've played a show since maybe 2016. To my recollection, 2016 ish, maybe 2017. I saw a couple of the members briefly at the Nine Inch Nails shows in 2018. We've been internet, acquaintances for a long time. I won't be presumptuous enough to say they'd consider me a friend, but we're friendly. We have friends in common, and we spoke briefly in 2018, but we didn't talk about Mars Stepper. We talked about their visual art projects and Aesthetic House, their label. I don't know if anything like that ever really ceases to exist, but I know that the members of that, now don't all live around the same areas they've been. I believe they're in Vancouver, Canada. So it's just different. And Farhad, I'm so glad you're here. The Proclivity is great. I don't know, I think this beer was probably even better when it was fresh. But it's got still great kind of. I'm doing the fucking hand because I'm an idiot, and apparently this is going to help me think somehow. It's got like a nice little kind of tingle dance on your tongue sort of thing. Nice little bit of that kind of grass and field quality. I remember the other time I had it, I didn't catch much of the pineapple to begin with. But there's just like that faint fruit in kind of almost the background of it. It's a very good beer. It's fantastic, and yeah, light bulb dance. Yeah, no, it's a fucking wonderful beer. It's just a really good farmhouse beer. There's a couple interesting notes, and Suarez, in good fashion, incorporates them without making them like a dominant thing. Because like sometimes you get a beer and it'll have like mango or s'mores or something, and it just feels like somebody like pureed a fucking candy bar and threw it in the beer at the last second, and it becomes like, yeah, I see what you're going for, but also you overplayed your hand. This is lovingly made. That comes as no surprise to you because you know what this is about. A couple other of these Strange Rules tapes I got. I don't even remember what they sound like because I listened once to this and then didn't listen again because I wanted to have that experience with the tape. So this is Ciro Vidiello, and it's called Alexa, Stay With Me. And again, I don't entirely remember what it sounded like, so I can't tell you a lot about what's going to be in there. But I know I liked it enough to pay international shipping on it, so it must be good. We'll find out, won't we? Soon. I don't think I opened the Kagami Smile tape to show you. No, there's not a lot to see, to be fair. Very simple but lovely, sort of. It's very designy, isn't it? Dude, that is what happens. Like, there are definitely people that just do put too much bullshit in their beer at the last second, in the hopes of making it interesting. And when I was younger, like, I definitely had like a ghost pepper beer, and things that it was just like, I just want to see what this is like, see if I'll, suffer, whatever. But I was also living in Florida, and my cost of living was next to nothing, and I could spend $6 on a beer that was going to be garbage just to say I had it. I'm not quite living. I'm not throwing money at alcohol now. I'm probably spending more than $6 for a beer now too, but I want it to be worth every penny. If I'm buying a Suarez beer, even if Suarez made a beer that was in a style I didn't like and was not something I wanted, I would know that if I purchased it and consumed it, it would be a prime example of what that is supposed to be. Even if they put an interesting spin on it, it would just be fucking great. Yeah, and I mean and I had what was it, the habanero sculpin beer? No, it's habanero. I learned recently that it's called a habanero pepper, and that we all just fucking have been throwing the little tilde, the enye, on it because of jalapeno. But the sculpin, didn't like the habanero sculpin. I like the grapefruit sculpin. And I actually haven't had the Paladin pills. I haven't had that. I need to. Do I enjoy Guinness beer? I haven't had Guinness in such a long time, but I used to be, in true kind of god fashion, I'd go to pubs and get some people call it a snake bite, some people call it something else, where you mix 50% Guinness and 50% cider. It was a great way of getting trashed when I was young and about to go out to the goth club. And then got this Cremation Lily cassette. The newest Cremation Lily, it's incredible. It was watching Cremation Lily grow and change over the last decade has been such an exhilarating experience. It's always been very emotionally connected for experimental music, but this release especially just really elevated that sense of presence and heart to a new level. I can't speak highly enough. Maybe we'll throw that on in a minute. A brewery in Plant City that makes a jalapeno blueberry porter. Plant City. Oh my god, I'm trying to remember what that is. This is gonna drive me insane, dude. I'm gonna Google this. Because I used to live right around there. I'm sure a lot of you know that I lived in Florida long enough. Jalapeno blueberry. Okay. I've never heard of this. That sounds really interesting. Henry, yeah, that's what I'm seeing. It's called. Let me reopen the tab. It's called Two Henrys. Two Henrys. One Henry isn't enough. Ah, shit. Okay. Oh, I okay. What's up? What is up? I had a feeling this was somebody who knew me. I mean, you don't just mention fucking Plant City and not kind of know me. Boy, shit, I'm getting text. I got a text from my former roommate Julio yesterday, sending me a link to a new metal song that, was like one of my favorites from 2003 or whatever. Oh, it made me so happy to hear from Julio. Julio, this fella who's no longer with us and Julio are the two best friends I've ever fucking had in this horrible world. I've lived with both of them, and it's really hard to live with me. It's really hard for me to live with other people. My roommates right now are lovely, actually, but I think that can be difficult. I love Julio even more after having lived with him. I love Howard even more after having lived with him. If you knew me in Florida, any of you ever, Julio was the reason I started Black Metal and Brews. I met him at college when I tried to do that, and he started sending me links to blogs that had downloads of black metal. And and I always liked black metal, but I had been a little out of touch with the genre. And Julio, upon meeting me for like 3 minutes at the place where I went to college, he was like a secretary for the dean there or some shit. I don't remember what he did. I think he mostly just listened to music and was like a secretary. I don't know. But he was sending me these links to these blogs that had all this music from like Rhinoceros and like Weird Noise and all of this shit. And I was like, wow, I'm really reconnecting with this art form I love. I want to start a blog too, but I don't really want to offer illegal downloads. That sounds shady. I'm timid and pathetic and don't want to get in trouble with the law. So what I'll do is I'll buy these weird tapes that aren't on the internet and I'll write about them. That's what Black Metal Brews' initial thing was. Bandcamp existed, but it wasn't on quite the level that it is now. And the Instagram music culture wasn't as much of the thing. Twitter was not the way it is now. My blog kind of got rendered irrelevant in a lot of ways, to be fair, which is why I spend more time on YouTube than anywhere else. But it was a way for me to be like, okay, I'm purchasing this really interesting artifact of sound that maybe you can't even hear online, and I'm going to write about it, and I'm going to tell you what it is, and you're going to want to buy it. Funny how I ended up with a job in marketing. I didn't know that. Yeah, brews is a lazy slang term for beers. I'm sure you know that, but I just wanted to talk about the shit I liked. Okay, so we're finally at my last piece of mail, and then we can just go to the hangout part. And dude, yeah, it's funny that Julio's sending you 9-minute black metal songs, and he's not doing that to me. He's sending me fucking Crossbreed. But to be fair, that's, he knows that shit that touches on a nostalgic part of me, and Julio's trying to break my heart. Fucking Julio. God, I miss him. I guess I'm supposed to have a phone call, have like a little long distance date with my boo soon. So this is a record, and I actually don't know where it's from or what it's from. I have my suspicions as to what it might be, but these mailers are always so difficult. Okay. Okay. You know what? Instead of trying to bother with the proper opening protocol, we're just going to cut the tape on it. They give you this easy open thing that's not easy to open at all. And so, of course, you're left to still just tear it open like a beast. I want to hear some Spanish music. I remember speaking better Spanish than Julio when he and I lived together. Not that my Spanish is great, but, speak a little. And Ariana, Julio's wife, she wasn't his wife then, but he's they did this fucking thing and got married. She would berate him in Espanol. I think partially because that's just who and how she is, but also because he didn't know what she was saying. I'm sure that was at least a factor in it. At least it was endlessly entertaining to me to witness that dynamic. All right, shit. Well, even tearing the tape didn't do it, so I'm now sitting here, like, I'm trying not to show my address on the internet, shredding this fucking thing. The Mighty Music mailers from Bags Unlimited, really inconsistent. They are secure as hell, though. So if you're using them, they won't break, I guess. Julio speaks better Spanish now. Wow. I'm gonna just have to start texting him in Spanish then, because I really need to improve mine. It's been such a long time. Yeah. That rules. Okay, this record is one of the best records of the year. It's hard to see with the shrink wrap on it. It's the new Portrayal of Guilt album. Sorry, dropped out for a moment there. You guys still with me? Let me know if you can see me, because I'm not so sure. I looked up at my screen and suddenly it was gone. But I think we're back. Are we back? But yeah. So we got the new Portrayal of Guilt record. We Are Always Alone. It is terrifying music. I love it. It is. If you're haunted, if you're tortured, if you like intense music, this, I mean, even that kind of embossed nature and the font, it makes me think of when I bought Page 99's Document 8 years and years and years and years ago, because you know that's how that shit works. Cool. So that was Wounded Knee. Again, Wounded Knee. She releases most of her music under the alias Bloom Offering, and you would be wise to look her up. I'll drop a link in here if you're watching this after the fact. Let's listen to the Choke Chain tape. It's going to be a little busier, a little louder if I recall. It'll be great. It's called Endless Death, which, to be fair, once you're death, it doesn't end. Once you're dead. The nature of these things, this shit's already damaged from shipping. Thank goodness I don't buy these things to sell them on the internet. I buy them to listen to them and love them. Got a download code. I think I bought this through Bandcamp. Maybe I'll give that download code to somebody I love. Maybe you. Okay, I did. Whoa. Look at this. Ah! Jeez. That's a hell of a way to do the lyrics. That's incredible. The new Portrayal of Guilt record is going to be, I mean, it's early, I realize. It's going to be one of the best records of 2021 without a doubt. Look at this. Look at this shit. Like, you can kind of tell it's clear, but there's like shit in it. That's what it's called, clear with shit in it. It's incredible art. Again, Chris Taylor did the art. Chris Crude. He's the singer of Page 99, Malady. His newest band is called Terminal Bliss. They just put out a record in Relapse Records. It's amazing. He does guest vocals on a track on this. He's done artwork for bands like Pig Destroyer, the iconic Painter of Dead Girls art, and Terrifier. And he's keeping that trend out in making album covers for art. He's doing album covers for records that are like perfect by doing this Portrayal of Guilt record, which is fucking amazing. I cannot. They've been great since day one, but oh my gosh, they're even better now. I keep hitting this. Oh gosh. Okay, cool. Well, now that we're almost an hour in, I've finally opened all my mail. If anybody wants to co-host, let me know. You can talk shit out loud. You can show the internet what you look like and how miserable you are. Let me know. I'll throw the link in if anybody asks for it, but I'm not going to do it unsolicited. Jeez, this is an awful lot of beer, and I do have a lot of work to do. Olaf was right, man. Can you hear that okay? I'm gonna take a sip of water, just make sure I don't die tonight. Whew. So he's yelling endless misery, no one will survive. But it also feels like shit that I just kind of like want to dance to, I think that's why I'm drawn to this sort of work. I think it's a cool tape. And also, quarantine for a lot of people started in March of last year. For me, it started March of 2019 because I got sick. And I wasn't quarantined, obviously, but I didn't really go out much, didn't really do much. So, like, I miss going to the fucking goth club, even when it sucks, and it often sucks. The goth club is a place full of dumb shit. But you can hear, like, cool industrial music that's, like, you're like, rah, rah, like fucking screaming, but it's like, yeah, it's dancing catchy. Eric, I'm thrilled that you're here. Like, man, instantly I'm thinking of high functioning flesh and shit like that, Obviously like Skinny Puppy, fucking Front 242 and shit, the classics. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to me that Phage Tapes is doing this sort of shit. I don't keep up with them consistently because they put out so much music. But I thought Phage mostly did like harsh shit. This is not just harsh. This is like in my heart. I love this shit. We're gonna get into trouble tonight. So now that I don't have a mail to open, I'm just like drinking this delicious beer. Again, we're drinking a Suarez family Proclivity. I think it says in the YouTube title. Anyway. Yeah, if anybody wants to co-host, let me know. You can come embarrass yourself on the internet with me, because I'm always embarrassed to be on the internet. I was so close to grabbing that too, but it was like it was a matter of this of my fingers rubbing together in anxiety because I have no money. Now, Primitive Knot fucking rips and has ripped for a long time. I'm glad that they actually gained traction. That sounds dark. I'm going to admit, I don't. What the fuck is Russian standard? You're going to drink a gallon of vodka. Please don't. I hope that you've already been working to drain that gallon, at least, or that, maybe you've got help draining that gallon. I don't know how this works. How does it work? Tell me. It's frustrating because, like, there's no right time to do these. Because, like, I have a lot of European friends who tune in, and I want to make sure that it's not too terribly late for them. But then all my friends on the other coast are at work when I do this. Good vodka. High-end vodka. And it's 1/3 gone. That means that you get 1/3 and somebody else gets 1/3 and you are set. You're having a great night. I could not drink that much vodka. I think I've said on here before, I'm obsessed with that horseradish vodka. You can get it like nice Russian restaurants and even not nice Russian restaurants. Oh, I love horseradish and I love vodka. Oh, excuse me. I mean, who gives a fuck? You're watching me drink beer on the internet. This is a place for depravity. Oh, which gives me an idea of my next tape. That's probably for the best. And yeah, and you can just talk about smoking on the internet because it is legal where you are, Eric. I don't know about Russian places in Tampa. There's a few of them here in New York. We'll go when you come. They'll feed you like potatoes and like fish. And really good vodka. I mean, Russian food is exactly what you'd expect. you definitely go to drink and just eat too much. Like it's the sort of thing you order like a cheese plate as an appetizer, and you get like a fucking pound and a half of cheese and like a whole bag of grapes and more bread things than you know what to do with. And it's just like, oh shit, I've ordered a meal of cheese. I mean, you know, Russians don't come to fucking play, dude. I'm also sure that most of those places are a front for something that I'm not allowed to even speculate about on the internet. It rules. Truly. Like, I love it. This is cool tunage, Eric. I think you just missed it. This is Choke Chain, Endless Death on Phage tapes. Came out beginning of this month. I literally opened the package earlier in this video, pulled it out, and was like, yeah, we're going to fucking jam. It's great. It gives me very much that classic like industrial club thing from when I first turned 18. I mean, the industrial club sounded like this well before I turned 18. They probably sounded like this before I was born. But you know, I didn't get to go to the club until I was 18. Going to the club, going to Death Guild in San Francisco, the Castle in Tampa, the Lovecraft in Portland, the basements of 1,000 shitty clubs in New York. Yeah, FLA. That's funny. Yeah, because I was like, I mentioned High Functioning Flesh, Front 242, and Skinny Puppy, and yeah, Frontline Assembly for sure. Olav, you've only been to the club one time, and I bet it was special. But like, going to like the goth clubs is fucking rad. So my first, we're gonna talk baby's first goth club tonight. You guys want to hear my first goth club, industrial club story? You don't have a choice. It's 2005. I'm 18 years old. I'm working at a record store called Clove Records. My friend Howard owns the store. I live with Howard. I don't get paid. You should have also gone to the Castle because it fucking ruled. That was actually a great goth club. For Tampa, that was a surprisingly cool thing. But also, hell yeah, I want to hear more about this girl you dated. She sounds cool. I need her number. So I'm 18. I live in Santa Rosa, California. It's about 60 miles north of San Francisco. There is a regular customer who comes to my record store. I don't know her name. She's much older, maybe 40-ish, and I'm 18. And she comes in and talks, and she's friendly, and, you know, whatever. I don't think anything of it because I am a child. You know, I'm 18, but I'm a fucking child. And, you know, talking about black metal, talking about goth shit, you know, same thing I'm doing here fucking 16 years later. And she says, well, we're, you know, me and my friends love to go to Death Guild. Do you want to come along for a ride? We'll take you for a ride. And I don't drive. Didn't get my driver's license until I was 26. I said, hell yeah, dude, let's fucking do this. So she says, cool, we're making a stop along the way. We're going to go to this class we're taking. So we're going to go to a class. It costs money, but I'm allowed in for free because I'm just a guest. And then we're going to go to the goth club. And I have friends of mine who are in the goth scene who are a little older than me because, of course, you know, that's what it is when you're on the internet. And so I tell them, I'm like, hey, I can finally meet you. I'm going to go to San Francisco. We're going to go to the goth club. And so I'm going to meet these friends of mine at the goth club. So in the car, we're listening to the new album from Celtic Frost, which has just come out, and Monotheist. And so, you know, just having the best time. I think that night we were like in the car listening to Celtic Frost and fucking, what else? You know, Satyricon and Goat Whore. Like, you know, very, very 2005, you know, big black metal shit. And we go to we get to San Francisco, and we stop at this very unassuming building for this class, and this is a place called the Citadel. And the Citadel is a place that my 18-year-old self is not acquainted with. It's apparently world famous. It's a sex dungeon. So I am a guest of two women twice my age or more at a sex dungeon for a class on, play, torture, whatever. And I have no idea why I'm there. I'm 18. I don't have a dating history. I don't have any of that. I'm, extrapolate how you'd like. I'm young. And I'm at the Citadel, a notorious place. The woman who is instructing for the night is, I don't know her name because it's not a convenient part of, she and her then now deceased partner are legends in like the kink communities, apparently. Of course, I've never heard of her, don't know any of this, but so like this is apparently a very special thing, like, and in a way, even though it's not the world I'm from, I'm honored to be taken to this, but also like I'm sitting in the back of the room. There's free snacks, and the people running this place, again, because that sort of community is based around consent and respect and autonomy, they're very cool about me being there, and they're very gentle and understanding. They know that I'm just kind of an observer and not part of this. There's like dishes of like M&Ms and like Chex Mix and shit in the back of the room and like soda, and I'm just sitting there like nervously eating all the fucking snacks while this short, stocky woman has this other person tied up. They're dressed like a cop, smacking them, calling them, little piggy bitch. And I am so young and so confused. And I'm just waiting to go dance to industrial music with my friends. And a couple hours later, I get to go do that. But the women who took me do not like my friends. They've decided that my friends are not cool because they're like just a few years older than me. My friends are old enough to drink, and I'm not. And so they, one of them pulls me aside at one moment, and she's like, "You saw what happened at this place. You've seen what we're capable of." And it's like, that's a dark fucking turn. You saw what we're capable of. It's like, no, like, I'm not even part of your world, and I know that I have to be into that, because if I'm not into that and you're threatening me with that, that's not fun and consensual. That's fucked up, and you're hurting somebody. And so like I tell my friend Heather, I'm like, hey, like, I'm scared of these women. And so like, thankfully she spends the rest of the night texting me, making sure that I don't die. We all go to a fucking diner afterward, because they're all drunk and need to sober up, and I'm 18 and not drunk, but late night diner, dude. Late night diners after the club. Do you miss that? I miss that. But yeah. Of course, a couple years later, I end up dating Heather, and that goes south, and I don't know her anymore. Which, both of our fault. Very much both of our fault. I hope she's okay. She's troubled like I'm troubled, but is ultimately a good person at heart. I hope she's okay. But yeah, no, I seriously was like, oh, these women are going to fucking kill me. This is horrible. I've been taken to like the most, this very special thing. And then they're like, you know what we can do. We will do this to you if you defy us. It's like, oh, cool. Like, you don't like my friends, so you're going to like whip me or torture me or some shit or disappear me. I'm in your fucking car. It's 2005. I have a cell phone. There's no GPS in those things back then. Were there? I mean, it definitely wasn't a smartphone. Like, what the fuck, man? I did not do anything with those women again. And I've learned a lot about trusting nice strangers. Holy shit. They also spent a lot of time nagging me for the way I fucking used MySpace. It's like, yeah, dude, I'm fucking 18. Of course I'm going to use MySpace like an idiot. I'm going to use all things like an idiot. I'm fucking 33 now, and I'm still using everything like an idiot. I am an idiot. Don't you know me? But I went to the castle a bunch more. I mean, castle. I did go to the castle a bunch. No, I went to Death Guild so many more times. I had so much fun. The thing about the goth clubs, though, like, I'm not that tall. I'm really not. But I was taller than almost everyone there. And so, like, there's all these short people who look like little fucking Nazi flight attendants at these things. Like, I don't know if it's still that way, like, in, like, the, like, harsh industrial, like, borderline fetishy goth club sort of scene. Because I think New York is just very diverse, and people from any and every walk of life are coming here. Whereas in San Francisco, it was like you're in the culture if you're there. But like I don't know how to better describe it. They all look like Nazi flight attendants. That was what occurred to me in the moment then, and I still just that is my description of them. I'm not wrong. How short am I? I am 5'10.5". I don't know. Sometimes, like when I get measured, I'm either 5'10" or fucking 5'11". My driver's license says I'm 6 feet tall, which is a lie. I didn't tell that lie. I told them the truth, and they wrote me down as fucking 6 foot, which is very flattering. And if I were using Tinder, that'd be a really great talking point. But I'm not. So like, I don't give a shit. I'm not 6 feet tall. I'm a little bit under it. You know, like I'm average height. I'm not a giant, but like people are short. You know, at least in San Francisco, they're all tiny fetish people who look like Nazi flight attendants. I'm just going to keep saying that because it's a fucking hilarious phrase. They're Nazi flight attendants. And dude, your vampire queen is waiting for you. She's not in the club because she's waiting for you in the new Resident Evil game. And I'm going to be the best man at your wedding if your brother isn't. They rounded up. They rounded up a lot, man. Yeah, I don't know. Also, like, I think that's one of those things. Like, some people really care about a lot of things, and I don't really care how tall I am. I have a general idea of how tall I am. I don't care. And part of that, to be fair, is because I'm not actually short. I'm not tall. I'm sure if I was short, I'd be like cleaned every fucking 10th of an inch. But because I'm like average-ish height, maybe a little above average, barely, I don't really think too much about it. I do think a lot about my weight because I've been very heavy before. For my size, for my body, my weight has fluctuated wildly, so I'm very conscious of that. But I don't really. I'm not sitting here like. I mean, I'm spending this whole video like this instead of sitting up proper. And the tallest person in this chat, however, Chick Nugs, standing large at 6'4", are truly, Manny, your giant vampire wife, angry goth bitch, I believe is the term. That's not what it was, but it's something like that. I don't know. But yeah. Unfortunately, said giantess is in a very long-term, very happily committed relationship, and not in this lifetime, Manny. But the other giantess in Resident Evil is still waiting for you. She can't wait to meet you and destroy you. Get ready to die! It's gonna fucking rule. At least for the 15 seconds or so you're conscious. Then I don't know what it's going to be like, but neither do you. Could be interesting. Yeah, God, man, the goth club. The one thing I don't miss though is like the kind of more like rock and roll goth clubs that would play Christian Death. And they'd always play Romeo's Distress. And I'll say that again. The name of the song is Romeo's Distress, because some of you may not know that song already. But if you know that song, you know where I'm going. The very first lyric in the song should never be uttered by almost any of us, ever, for any reason. Even ironically, even to mock people who would say it. And going to the goth club and hearing a Romeo's Distress come on, you're about to watch a room full of white goths say the N-word. Don't like that. Don't miss that. I hope I never fucking see that again. I hope I never deal with that again. It is the most disgusting feeling. And also, Christian Death has way better songs that aren't that song. Everybody just likes it because it's got the pretty bass line. Fuck a pretty bass line, dude. Spiritual Cramp is about like fucked up stuff, and it's way cooler, and it doesn't have the N-word in it. I don't give a shit if they're mocking racists and shit. You don't say that. I mean, it was 1980. Whatever. They were literally teenagers. And also, dude is dead. I'm not going to cancel somebody who's been dead for 25 years. Excuse me. But yeah. Yeah, I know you're 6 foot tall. If you're watching this, friends, Manny is a very attractive otaku who lives in Tampa, Florida. And he's 6 foot tall. I can vouch for the delight of his company, the rugged shape of his jawline. He's a fucking incredible cook. And I imagine he's beautiful disrobed. I've seen his brother in the nude, and it was a true vision of horror. But I've yet to see Manny in such a glorious state. We'll talk later. Yeah, so that's it. Fucking 1982. Tell me about 1982, Eric. What am I missing? I'm very concerned here. What is this? Did I miss something? And you are a good cook. You also, the only time I've played a Dark Souls type game or whatever, it was because of you briefly when I played the first level of whatever that one was with Julio last time I was in Florida. And oh my god, that shit was hard. There you go, Madeline. Madeline is 1982 was when the Christian Death record came out. You're on it. And to be fair, it's one of my favorite records. I think it's fucking perfect. But also, I don't need to sing along, you know? So for the also, Madeline is actually the embodiment of giant vampire wife. You know, we're gonna leave it at that before it gets too impure on here. Dark Souls 3. Yeah, whatever the hell that was, it was really, really challenging. Even just doing like basic shit. I feel like Julio did like all the wandering around fighting enemies, and then I tried to fight that first boss, which is like literally like the training wheels boss that helps you understand the game's mechanics. And I'd give myself a solid B average as a video game player. I'm not going to call myself a gamer. You know, like I'm pretty good at figuring out how a game works and how I need to work within its set of rules. That shit was really fucking challenging. Like people have told me that Hollow Knight and Blasphemous are really hard, and I think that they give me. I have to think about what I'm doing, but I actually don't find them that challenging on the whole. Compared to my patience level, I may die a lot, but I'm not. I don't find it terribly upsetting. That Dark Souls game was something else. It was really, really tough. Okay. Okay, let's go yeehaw black metal. We're gonna and the Cinderlands from Black Candle Wax. Flower Leopard said a track with some lyrics that meant well in 81 or 82 verses. I don't know that. Should I even bother at this point? Olav, it's been a delight to have you here. I hope that everything goes well tomorrow. Get in touch with me, dude. Like, I know that you're following me on Twitter. Send me a tweet. Tell me who you are if you want. You don't have to. Send me an email. Send me a postcard. Yeah, I had so much fun with the Blasphemous runs. I've been having trouble figuring out how to make OBS and Twitch work on my new computer because I'm technologically inept. Whenever I figure that out, I'm going to do so much stuff. I bought Skyrim, but I've never played Skyrim, and I'm going to go in blind. I know nothing about Skyrim. I'm so excited to discover Skyrim. Okay, so this is for all of you, but especially for our yeehaw friend Chick Nugs, who is a real cowboy. Okay, I do love death rock. I mean, it's also like X's Los Angeles. I was raised on that fucking record, and most of it's fine. Exene kind of sucks as a human being as a whole, but like, there are lyrics on Los Angeles. But again, I don't want to hear people sing along with it. And yeah, Hollow Knight's fucking exhausting. It's a Metroidvania. That's what they do. I mean, same with Blasphemous, but Hollow Knight is more labyrinthine. Also, I should say, because I announced it earlier, for those Inquisitive Souls, Chick Nugs is not 6'4", but has the spirit of a 6'4" monster Gorgon beast. But this is like, oh man, I'm in trouble tonight. You can tell that I haven't drank in a while because I'm forgetting that alcohol is okay. Thankfully, this is just a heavy bottle. Okay, that's good. This is impacting me. I'm certainly not drunk, but I'm also feeling it. And to be fair, I'm also giddy with the people who are in this chat tonight. I'm very, very happy you're here, and that elation is honestly probably a much larger factor than alcohol. That makes me sad, Eric. Hollow Knight is a really, really rewarding game, but it's also very challenging. That's interesting. I'm also I'm very good at platformers, and I'm not good at any game that I have to deal with 3 dimensions. I'm fucked. Like, Mario 64 is harder for me than Hollow Knight is. Maybe when I figure out Twitch, Eric, we can just do a Hollow Knight run, and you can live vicariously through me. Also, I feel like you tuned in a little later. Today I opened mail from a Hollow Knight themed black metal band called Nosco of the Void. I've got an email in my inbox sitting from him that I need to respond to. I'm trying to get him on this YouTube channel to interview him. So if you found that game at all enjoyable, yeah. And yeah, map systems are like, there is something inherently frustrating about backtracking in Metroidvanias. Hollow Knight does a wonderful job with their travel system, the fast travel system, but it's still, I mean, it definitely is. I had never really thought about it in how it plays out until I started streaming it, and I realized that I was doing a lot of backtracking. Because for me, I don't actually mind backtracking in a game like that. But I felt very self-conscious and aware of it when I thought of having an audience. Because for me personally, I'll run through the same area 1,000 times, and if there's something new that it can be yielded from the experience of having done so, I enjoy it. Hollow Knight's environment and music are enough to make even the most tedious part of the gameplay rewarding for me personally. But as I said, when I thought about having somebody watching me play it, I became very, very conscious of just how much time I spent returning to the shops and, revisiting an area I'd already been to get one item and then going to it again a little later to get another item and then, a third time. Especially when you're trying to get all your sword techniques and you're trying to get all your upgrades. Yeah, the way the game looks and feels, I think, gives it a lot more room for me than a lot of other games would be afforded if I had to spend as much time in it. Also, the first time I played Hollow Knight was when I was basically bedridden, and there wasn't COVID as an excuse, so I had to find the beauty in the world somehow, and so I found the beauty in Hollow Knight. There are moments, which this isn't a spoiler, it's so early in the game, like when you first get to the City of Tears, and you realize you're underground, but there's like something above leaking, and it's like rain, and there's just that gentle piano. But then you also realize that like the place is fucking haunted and shit. Oh my god, like there were so many beautiful moments where I would literally just find one of those little save benches and just sit and take in the atmosphere and the ambience of the whole fucking thing and just be lost in it. And and then you go in the sewers and there's those flukes and they're horrifying. And you realize like even like this beautiful area has like this like whole seedy fucked up aspect to it, Or you get to Deep Nest and there basically isn't music. It's just like the sound of things slithering. It's such good sound design. It's not just the music, but like the actual sound design, everything about it. I really didn't think that anything I ever would play would dethrone games from the mid 90s because I'm of a certain age and that was my childhood. But dear God, that game is phenomenal. Anyway, yeah. I don't know what Valheim is, but PC is the only thing I've got. I'm going to look this up. Like right now, in fact, because I know I'll forget because I'm drinking. Valheim. Survival game. Oh, I have to play with other people. I don't think I'll do that. I don't like playing with people. I mean, like I'm playing with all of you right now. Let's play. What is it? Play with us. I don't fucking know. I haven't seen that movie in like 20 years. Can you hear that okay? Okay. I've heard great things about Hades. I haven't played it. And if I can play a single player, I'm all over it because it looks cool. It looks fucking dark. Most of my feed is heavy metal and shit posting. and people embarrassing themselves by posting about how horny they are on the internet. Like, which, I mean, that's a human emotion, it's a human experience, but I don't think posting about it has ever fixed it, has it? My phone just blew up. Oh, it's Discord, whatever. I don't know how to only get some notifications from Discord, so I get every notification from Discord. And I'm in this Discord for the mutual aid group I'm part of. So anytime anybody's like trying to figure out, like, you know, what size diapers are needed to hand out at the next fucking day they're giving out hygiene supplies, I'll get 30 notifications about people discussing diapers or the fucking canned tuna they need or whatever, which is great. It's wonderful. My phone blows up and I'm always like, oh, am I getting texted? Does somebody want to talk to me? No, they're concerned about the community, not Ben. It's a good reminder of one's personal insignificance in the scheme of things. It's important to recall, to be humbled. You know? Fuck me. Ooh. All right. Yeah. We're gonna skip to the next side. Somehow that was fucking 4 songs. Wow. Time dies when you're having fun. Yeah. Green Hell? I love that name. I live in Green Hell, dude. Sons of the Forest. I don't know what that is at all. Both of those sound like my life, though. I mean, I'm not the son of anything. I fell from the sky, landed in a dumpster, and crawled out a few weeks ago. Destroyed the person who used to do this shit, assimilated their form, and now you're stuck with me. Well, these are all survival games. Survival shit. Dude, like, am I gonna get nightmares? I hope so. I already have nightmares. I mean, I took a fucking nap today and had nightmares. Subnautica. That's a cool ass name. So this is empty. The bottle is empty. I am empty. Oh. Drinking a little water. There's no hope for me. So I don't know how well you can hear this music, but it's exhilarating, isn't it? I find it that way, at least. It sounds like I'll love it. I mean, I will hate it. I will regret doing it, and I will love it. If that makes sense. I don't know about you guys. I love to be bothered. Oh, jeez. Roommate text. Sorry. I mean,
that's not an OG's. Like I love my roommates. It's more of an I don't need to be distracting myself from YouTube. Glorious YouTube sucking me in. Consumer. Because the roommate texts are for the group text for the house, and they've been resolved without me. But now that I have finished my beer, we're gonna wind this down. Because I haven't eaten dinner yet. Because I'm a fucking idiot. I thought that having an apple with peanut butter on it would be enough to get me through the night, but it sure as hell wasn't. Cannibals and mutants. What if I am a mutant already, though? I mean, that also sounds fucked up. I feel that deeply. But my mutant ass, that sounds great. Among trees. I like bears. Paddington's a bear. So am I. Well, I mean, no, that's actually like a sex thing. I'm not a bear. But, you know. And you know what? You want to know more about that tape? You're going to buy that tape. Or go to Bandcamp. The tape sold out. Again, Black Candle Wax, The Cinderlands. I'm feeling it all. Feeling it all. So we're going to wind down. Because otherwise this never ends. And I know how that goes. It'll be here an hour and a half later from now. And I'll be like, why am I feeling a certain way? And it's like, oh yeah, because you're fucking malnourished. I'm trying to get better about keeping these not too long. Which is a shame because I feel like everybody shows up around the hour mark. Should I start doing these an hour later? Throw me a tweet or an email about it because we're going to end this. I'm so grateful you're here. I'm planning some interviews, as I say every time, but this time I actually mean it. We're getting our shit together, guys. It's 2021. We've been locked down for a year. And it's time to do something meaningful with that, huh? I'm Ben. You're you. This has been Black Metal and Brews. We're going to do it again real fucking soon. It'll be even better. And